Hey everyone, I hope you're having a nice weekend. I am out of town next week until Thursday afternoon, and I have talked to a couple people who are coming in. So this is mostly directed to you guys, but just give me a call or send me a text if you have any questions while you're here. I'm just kind of hanging out in a cabin with my family. So the most important thing really is to keep things watered in the greenhouse. I wanted to show you how I've been watering things that are under the grow lights. They seem to do better when you water them from the bottom. So this is something that if you don't have time when you're here, just like get the hose out and just spray them from the top. It's totally fine. But when I have time, I do like to water them from the bottom. So I'll leave these trays out so you can, I just kind of fill it up maybe a ½ inch to an inch of water in the bottom of the trays, and then I just pop in whatever containers need to be watered. It seems to like soak them more thoroughly. So that's one thing to think about. The other thing, these trays, these are all from Battle. I'm keeping them here just over spring break. If these look dry at all, just water them from the bottom. So just put in like a ½ inch of water in the bottom of these trays. And there's one here, there's one over here, and there's a couple more in the window that I'll show you in a sec. If anything happens to germinate while I'm gone, just put it in the window and I'll show you where that goes. But yeah, water from the bottom if you have a chance. I pulled a lot of stuff down from the top shelves just to make it easier. These you can go ahead and just water from the top, it's fine. If they need it, as you can see, like when the soil is really dark like this, they're fully saturated, they don't need to be watered. But if you see anything that's dried out, just give it some water while you're here. Some of these, like these are grasses and they really flop over when you water them from the top. So if they're like pressed down to the soil, just kind of plop them back up just so they're upright. I am going to be planting more potatoes in bed number 1 because I just had an extra set. So, and I'm also going to be planting them in this potato bag outside. So look for that in terms of watering things when I reference that. There's plenty of stuff over here that can be watered. These trays, again, these are the other 2 trays from Battle. They had something in their potty mix, like a kid must have dumped a bunch of seeds in the potty mix that I used for the seeds that we planted last week. So you'll notice there's just like a bunch of random seeds, like sprouts popping up, and I've picked tons of them out of the other trays. So if you see these, and especially when they look like this, these are not anything that we planted. These are some kind of like broccoli or kale or something, some kind of brassica. So if you see a bunch of those popping up, don't think like, oh, I need to take the tops off, because no, it's just some random seeds that are in there. So anyway, I'm gonna pick all the ones out that I see before I put the tops back on. But again, just if these look dry, just put some water in the bottom of the tray, pop the top back down, put the cover over the top. I'm assuming nothing that I planted last week is going to be germinating by the time I'm back. Marilyn, I did write on for Thursday to pot up this nasturtium. Again, if you have limited time, just worry about watering things, but I just put that on the list of things to do on Thursday if you have the extra time. Again, these are more things from Battle. Obviously, they need to be thinned out. So if you really want to if you have some extra time and you want to go through these individual trays, you can just take a pair of scissors and cut out everything but like 1 or 2 of these, which I know seems somewhat impossible. I'm also trying to figure out how I'm going to do that myself for them. So yeah, that's something kind of on the to-do list. We're going to keep watering. We'll make sure we water in the windows, water everything here. This tray is set up where you just have to water in the bottom and it will like automatically wick the water up through this fabric. We're gonna water here, all along here, not the aloe. I'm trying to figure out what this needs in order to be happy because it has not been very happy here. So don't water the aloe. Don't water really any of the succulents that are on the windowsill. All of these things I just watered today, and they will not need to be watered for the rest of the week. So all of the succulents, anything that's up on this windowsill, you do not need to worry about watering. But please do water the lemongrass and the leaf of life plant and this. You can sprinkle a little water in here. The oregano, pineapple sage, the figs, pretty much everything else in the greenhouse. Make sure that it looks like it's been watered recently. Just make sure it doesn't look like it's really dried out. If it's dried out, then yes, please water. But don't worry about anything back there. Okay, so outside, I'm gonna show you guys a couple of things. Sorry, I'm trying to get my paper, my notes. Okay. Adam, I'm gonna show you, I think I put this on your list. Yeah. Okay, so on Wednesday, I'm gonna have you take all the covers off the beds because it's supposed to get up to 70 on Wednesday, and I think everything under these covers are just gonna bake outside. But the one thing I'm worried about is the squirrel, because the covers do a pretty good job of keeping the squirrel out. So I bought these like granules, and it just is there's like a little shake side. So on Wednesday when you're here, I put this on your list. If you can just take that container and do like a little shake of the granules all along kind of this front area of the garden that's outside the fence, and then inside the fence, I just spread it all along kind of the fence, basically the fence border on the inside of the fence. So I just walked along and I just spread whatever kind of came out as I walked along all here and then up through here, and I made sure to go in front of the gate. It's supposed to work for it's supposed to have like an extended, it's not supposed to, I guess what I'm trying to say is it's not supposed to wear off, but I want to kind of keep reapplying it, at least initially. And this is in hopes that we can keep the squirrel away and he doesn't eat everything once we take the covers off. So if you could do that before you take the covers off, that would be awesome. So everything that's under a cover, all of these can be taken off. There's two outside of the fence too. Take all the covers off. You don't have to worry about folding them up. Just like ball them up, put them in the shed. The code for the shed, or just put them in the greenhouse, I don't care. Just take them off. That's really all I care about. Take all the covers off so that everything under the covers doesn't bake, because it's just gonna be too hot. And I'm gonna leave out they're like it's like a insect cloth. I'm gonna have you put that. They're different types of covers. They're really just to keep out bugs. They don't like hold in heat. I'm gonna have you put that on bed 16 and bed 21. So I wrote that on my list here. Yes. Take covers off all beds and replace 16 and 21 with insect covers, because those are probably the two beds that the squirrel likes the most. So those are the two beds that I want to protect. All the rest of the covers we're just going to take off. And then I have a bunch of seedlings under here on bed 13. So, Spencer, when you're here on Monday, anything that is in these solo cups or plastic cups, all of the, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. 4 trays worth of solo cups. Take those and just put them by the back door. So where you take in the harvest, just see, like, go inside, let the guys know. I'm gonna send them an email, but let them know that you put them, I don't know if you can see this, like to the left of the door you usually go in, over kind of on the wall. There's like a concrete kind of pad. Just set them over there, let the guys know you put them there. I'm gonna tell them that those are to be sent to Foxwood next week. So we need to kind of start moving this stuff out of here. And I need to mark down, actually, now that I'm thinking of it, how many plants we're gonna give away. So that's one thing you can do. And then Adam, on Wednesday, anything that's left under here or in bed 11, there's some seedlings under here too. I'll show you. Like, see how there's stuff under here? Anything that's left under there, when you come on Wednesday, take that stuff and put it under this cover here. So I said, yeah, put it under cover by front gate. So just, you know, you can take off the bricks that I have weighing this down, but just set them under anything that's left, set them on these racks and keep them covered. Hopefully that makes sense. Call me or text me if you need more details on that. And then Spencer, the only other thing I put on your list is to plant. There's cilantro here and there's dill here. If you can plant those in no particular order, I don't care where you plant them, in this bed. Now you can see there's some more raspberries coming up here, so kind of like make sure you make room for those, but like in any of these empty spaces you can plant cilantro and dill. Let me see. Oh, I mentioned we're not supposed to get any more rain after today, so if you guys can just fill up water, there's watering cans underneath the sink, and usually I use like 2 or 3 watering cans per bed. If you can water these potato beds, which are this one, let's see what that's in, number 7, 9, and I'm also planting potatoes in our herb bed, and 1. If you can just come out here and dump a couple cans of water from the watering cans onto these beds while you're here, that would be awesome. And I think I got most of the stuff. The only other thing I wanted to mention, Marilyn, when you're here on Thursday, there are seedlings. This back here is the Japanese mountain spinach. If you could plant that in this bed. So in bed 13, all the seedlings that are left over should be moved over here by the time you come in Thursday. If you could just plant Japanese mountain spinach in this bed, and kind of like we did with like the collards and all the other greens, I think I did 3 rows, 2 rows on the outside with 6 plants and 1 down the middle with 5 or 6. So hopefully that makes sense. Again, if you're here and you don't have much time, don't worry about it. I can get that. I can always plant this on Friday. I'm really more worried about things being watered and making sure that the squirrel hasn't like eaten everything, which I'm kind of nervous about. I think that is it. I'm gonna put, I'm gonna get that potato bag potted up and the potatoes in the front bed planted. If you guys are here and have any questions, again, feel free to call me or send me a text. I'm just hanging out. So thanks for your help, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.